all right, I obviously need to spend money. What do I need to buy? Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great start to your day. I am Sarah, I'm a BCBA, and today we are going to be talking about our study materials that we can use to pass that big exam. So these materials we're going to go over are going to be like the hard materials that you can buy. Some of these you might have used for school, some that I suggest and that I used, and some that I didn't use. And also we're going to talk about those study prep resources, the big bucks ones, like the $500 ones. Are they worth it? Should you spend your money on it? We'll talk about it all. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I made a video kind of on the study resources. It's kind of a hot topic. Some people love it. Some people think it's the reason they passed it. They spent, $1,000. Other people can do it without buying any of it. They're impressive. I had to buy things. I loved it. It made, for me, studying a lot more fun, and it gave me a sense of organization and control with it all, because it's hard. Like, where do you start? The task list is huge. This exam's hard. You want to pass. You want to pass on the first try. Or if you didn't pass on the first try, a lot of people will be like, okay, well, all right, I obviously need to spend money. What do I need to buy? Okay, so our first material is the White Bible. It's called Cooper. It's the ABA book. A lot of you guys probably use this in your master's program. It's a really popular tool. It's kind of the bare bones ABA drive could be. So it's a fun one. So I went through it and I tabbed everything in my Cooper book by sections, task lists. I did terms, I did chapters, just things that I thought would be useful, breaking it up for things that, I would struggle with a lot. It just really helped me stay organized and stay on top of it and kind of brought some fun to studying, because my God, we need fun when we're doing this. So mine is a 5th edition one, and it has all of the information broken down on the inside here. And then in the back, they have the normal glossary, all of that. So this is one that I would definitely recommend you purchasing if you don't have it. It's $122, so not an easy purchase, but it is one that you will refer to quite a bit. Some people really enjoy just reading out of it and studying that way. Personally, it was too dry for me. I did that for like the foundation knowledge, the stuff that wasn't just straight up terms and ABA, more of like learning about history. That's where I read quite a bit in here, and just using the glossary, and also having like that for sure, this is the definition, this is the official ruling on how you're supposed to understand this. Because when you start Googling things, you can get mixed messages, It's easy to be like, all right, this is it. Okay, so our next one is called Pass the Big ABA Exam. So that one is often abbreviated by PTB ABA. So this one is another great resource. It's really popular. For me, my work actually provided it, and that's something I would definitely encourage you guys to do. Feel free to ask your employer if they'd be willing to purchase any of these studies materials, especially if you are contracted to start as a BCBA once you pass that exam. They might be willing to. These things are expensive, so it could be helpful. So the Pass the Big ABA Exam book is $159 right now. So this one is good. Personally, I wouldn't recommend if you're on a budget, if you're needing to pick and choose, I'd pick either Cooper or I'd pick the Pass the Big ABA Exam. So they're similar in the sense they both follow the task list, they both provide the same information. The Pass the Big ABA Exam book breaks it down to smaller, more digestible chunks and gives you a different voice. It's a little less dry, it has some cute little images. They give you more acronyms. It's more of like the flashcard version of Cooper. So if you love reading and that's how you learn, just sitting down and reading through a textbook, Cooper's your girl. So Pass the Big ABA Exam, similar, but you're gonna need to look at that information and do something with it. I think for me, I had to use it as a reference resource and then go and learn it. So if I just read a little chunk of information after information after information after information, it just goes out the window. It starts blending together. So I found that really helpful to just check in. I use it for IOA a ton. I liked how it just quickly just told me what every different IOA formula is. It was great for those kind of things. But like I said, if you're on a budget, you don't need both. So our next one is the Bailey and Birch ethics book, Ethics for Behavior Analysis. You probably use this in your master's program or at least heard about it. This one is good to just have another book if you enjoy that, to go through and look and reference the ethics. It's about $20, so it's not too big of a purchase or anything. It could just be a helpful tool to have. Here's all my answers to ethics. Personally, I own it. I never get it out. There's some BCBAs that say like it's, you know, the best thing they've ever bought. They always go to it. Personally, if I have an ethics question, I just Google it. I don't go and grab the book and look into it. It probably, you know, talks about our generation. But I did find it, you know, nice for studying because I could go in and highlight and, you know, circle and star and all of that, because ethics is going to be a big part of your exam. So this might be just another resource that you want to purchase. We're going to talk about the big money here. So the $500 study prep, the online like websites that will, you know, guarantee you pass at, you know, a 99% rate or money back, and give you like these big packages. You get all these mocks, you get these modules, you get these online videos. You know, sometimes it includes like study groups, a tutor, things like that. So we're going to get into those and kind of talk about, are they worth it? You know, what kind of person would benefit? If you've got only a few bucks on hand, you know, your hard-earned cash, we'll talk about kind of what to do there. First one that we're going to talk about are the BDS modules. So these ones are really popular. A lot of people use them for school. They're required for graduation. So you might have already done them or heard about them. They're probably our most expensive ones that I've heard about. They cost $369 starting. So the way they kind of work is they break it up by how long your subscription is. So you don't own these materials and these videos at all. So you rent them essentially for 3, 6, and 9, 12 months. I'll put a little chart here what that looks like. So starting $369, they do offer like 4 payments interest free. So, you know, if money's tight, but you know this is what you want, that could be a good option for you. They boast a 98% pass rate. So their idea is that if you don't pass, we will extend your subscription by 30 days for free. So the idea is like, okay, you didn't pass, you're gonna take it again in 30 days. Here's the free like studies opportunity, basically. The way I see it is, if you know you didn't pass with this material the first time, it's either, you know, the way you don't learn, like sitting down and watching modules and doing quizzes isn't your style. You're probably not going to pass with it the second time. So just keep that in mind. That's appealing in the sense that like eventually everybody's going to pass if you're taking the exam. Some people do drop out and decide this isn't a career for them, but most people are eventually going to pass. So if you touch this material and you did pass, regardless of whether this material is the reason you passed, they can put that into their percent rate. So keep that in mind. I found that a little scammy in that way, but personally, I never use the BDS modules. I do know a lot of people love it. So a lot of people talk about how helpful it is. It is a long coursework to go through, so it is 80 hours to complete. Each module is like broken up by the task list, and you have like quizzes at the end, all that fun stuff. So it's very, very time consuming. But that might work for you. You might really enjoy that. You might enjoy having it laid out in videos rather than trying to read it out of Cooper or even the past big ABA exam. So for you, that might be a kind of cost saving way because it's just one and done. You're just using that. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I personally never used it, so I don't know. Okay, so our next one is called Rogue ABA. So this one I remember looking into quite a bit. I kind of liked how they had everything laid out on their website and their different options they had that we'll talk about. So they cost $195 for their like, here's how you pass, get me started kind of package. So they have the modules, they have like additional videos that like Rogue made, I guess. The things that they offer, the bullet points, there's like 8 or 9 bullet points, but really it's just the modules, some extra videos, a workbook that you have, and like a study plan. So The study plan is going to be just like how to get through the materials, just basically going through the task list, but you might like having that laid out for you and feeling like you're on a path. That could be really helpful for you. You might enjoy like going through a workbook and kind of working through that material a bit more and writing it down and applying it. Some people learn really well through taking notes, and that might be a great way to kind of incorporate that in the material they provide. So they have 12 and a half hours of videos, which is quite a bit less than the BDS modules. For you, again, that might be a good thing. Might be a lot less intense and just kind of like a study aid on your journey, not like the entire journey. So they also offer like their private little bank of videos, I guess. The way I kind of understood it is if you have X amount of people requesting a certain topic to be covered again that wasn't covered well enough in the videos, they'll make another video and you can access the bank as part of your, payment here. Oh, and then you also get all the materials for 60 days, and that's just flat. You 60 days into the story. After those 60 days are up, they're gone. They'll offer additional time with your subscription. So what I'm seeing here is a 30-day access is $30, 60-day access is $60 after your paid subscription. So you're still gonna have to pay that $195, and then you can expand it by the 30 days and 60-day window if you're willing to pay. And another thing you can look into Rogue for is like the study aid materials. So they have like organizers, planners, study guide, things you can buy that you might be looking for that you might find helpful in your journey. Those workbooks. I'm seeing that they're also offering like an IOA bundle. I'm assuming that they just like gather all the IOAs and put them on paper because it's $10 to $20, so it can't be more than like a video. Don't pay your money for this. You can find them all over YouTube. Go ahead and talk about their all you need guaranteed package is $500, guys. So they give you a 30-minute meeting. They have like study groups that you can join. They're twice a week, I guess. They have the task list video trainings. They're 9.5 hours, so not too bad. They have their mini mocks, full mocks with the answer keys provided. They have even an audio mock so you can listen to that while you're driving. Download a printable study guide, 200 pages. So I don't know what they're including. And then if they say if you don't pass, they'll include tutoring sessions and offer a refund of your money. I'm gonna look into that though, because I found the refund policy. So your two options if you don't pass within 10 days of your test results are to continue, and they'll give you a free tutoring session, which I would assume is probably a 30-minute thing. Or you can receive a full refund, money back for your purchase, and you have up to 3 years. Oh, okay. So the refunds are available for up to 3 years. So if you buy it in 2021, but you don't sit until 2022 and you fail, you have 10 days to apply for the refund, but you're in that 3-year window of owning that material, so you can get your money back. So I think that's nice. So it really comes down if you've got the money to be spending on this and what you think will be helpful for you and what you would find useful. All right, guys, so I hope you found this video helpful. My kind of like overview here and what I'd recommend is what I kept kind of hitting on in this video. So think about you, think about what you need. I don't love like the online like prep materials that you can buy, like those, big packages. I think they're kind of predatory. They play on your insecurity of, I want to pass, click on this if you want to be a BCBA, stuff like that. And it's just, you don't need it. Getting in there and doing it all yourself is okay. But if you're a busy person and you've got the money to be spending, there's nothing wrong with spending it and getting into the exam and passing it. So just be careful about spending your money and then never touching those materials again. That could be hard. Focusing on kind of what you did in your master's and applying what works for you into your studying is going to be really important. Just try not to feel like if I spend the most money, that's going to make sure I pass, because that's not the case at all. So there's plenty of people who don't buy anything and pass. There's a lot of free things on YouTube, on the internet. I can make a video about the free resources, the free mocks and things like that I found. Feel free to ask for that. Yeah, let me know what you guys need, if this was helpful. But yeah, thank you guys so much for visiting my channel. You guys, hope you have a great day.